Warren Sharp, Hayden Weeks, John Daigle here, and then there were four teams remaining in the conference championship round. And we are starting with an NFC showdown between the Buccaneers and Packers, a rematch from earlier this year, actually. And Warren, you are of the belief that a Bucs offense that has scored 30 points, at least in their last 5 games dating back to week 15, needs to have a fast start in this one.
I am, because Aaron Rodgers is so good with a lead. In fact, he's almost unbeatable. And I say almost because it really is the case. 72 games at Lambeau Field, he's lost only one halftime lead where they've allowed an opponent to come back. So this is just a remarkable team that does not make the mistakes that the Drew Brees-led New Orleans Saints were making, which is turning the ball over, throwing interceptions, and giving the other team the upper hand. It's going to be imperative that the Bucs get off to a faster start than typical. Now, I don't doubt, if you're just looking at matchups alone, that they should have some success both on the ground and in the air against this Green Bay Packers defense, because I think that there are holes in the Packers defense that they can exploit. My frustration in general comes with the fact that the Bucs seem to have figured something out down the stretch in weeks 15, 16, and 17, reverting back to let the ball sit in Tom Brady's hands, let him throw the ball down the field more often on first downs in the first half. But then they took it right out of his hands in both playoff games and are running at an extremely high rate on these early down plays. It might have success against the Green Bay Packers defense, which isn't particularly good against the run. But then again, you're losing all the upside that you get from Tom Brady throwing the football, and you give a big advantage to the Packers from a predictability standpoint. And the Packers could come up, stuff the run, force Tom Brady into a lot of third down situations that otherwise might be avoidable. So I think that it's inevitable. Aaron Rodgers and this Packers offense do start very quickly in this game. They are the number one scoring offense in the first half of games, and I think that they should have some success themselves on offense.
And Hayden, on the Packers side of the ball, of course, the last time these two teams played each other, a season low, 200 yards of offense for Green Bay in that game. Rodgers under pressure at the highest rate he's been all year. How do you see them faring against this Bucs defense?
Well, you hear like the term a bend don't break defense a lot in the NFL. That is not the case with Tampa Bay. They blitz a lot, and when you're blitzing a lot, you're vulnerable to big plays. In the first matchup, the Bucs sent a bunch of blitzes in the first half. They got 2 interceptions. They got some sacks. They made Rodgers break out of the pocket and just throw the ball away. He was hit a lot in that game. So I'm anticipating the Bucs to bring it again. And the matchup I'm watching for is the offensive line. Remember, the Packers lost Bakhtiari. So there's going to be some shuffling across the offensive line. They have to communicate better. That last game was the disaster. Since then, Aaron Rodgers has dominated against the blitz. So this game, I can see it either way, really. And it just comes down to, can the Packers protect themselves? Because I mean, the Bucs secondary right now is not the greatest, and I like the Davante Adams matchup here. I like some of the Robert Tonyan matchups as well. So it really just comes down to, will the Bucs blitz get home or not? And I think that's what's going to make this an intriguing game.
In my opinion, it also certainly helps that this is a completely different offense that the Bucs defense is going to see for the Packers. Davante Adams' first game back from injury was this game against the Bucs earlier this year. Robert Tonyan suffered an ankle injury mid-game, and Allen Lazard, who finally appeared healthy in the divisional round last week, wasn't even available the last time these two teams played. So overall, just a different offense, and of course one that recently had success against the Rams. Rams had only allowed 150-yard gain all year long, and they allowed 2 against the Packers. Rams hadn't allowed over 350 yards of offense, and they allowed 424 against the Packers. So just a different team altogether, I believe, which is why I'm expecting to see points on both sides of the ball, and both offenses have success. And remember, for an edge on any wager you're looking to make for the conference championship round, or perhaps you're trying to get involved in NBA betting, we can help you out there too. You can get an Edge Plus Max subscription to unlock access to exclusive trends, game predictions, player prop projections, and much, much more at rotoworld.com/edge. Remember, use the promo code PLAYOFF10 for 10% off any subscription, since it's also a terrific service to use for the rest of the year for any sport you may be using it for. Warren, do you have a favorite lean for either side of the ball in this game?
If I'm looking at it, I do think the Packers start quickly here. So whether or not you're looking at a team total or a spread pick on the Packers in the first quarter, first half, I think makes a lot of sense here.
Hayden, what about you?
Yeah, if you can find a Bucs plus 3.5, I like that. It's kind of been betting down to the +3. We'll see where it closes, but the Bucs have been first in EPA since their bye. They're using play action more. They have a lot of weapons, even if Antonio Brown is limited or out. So I'm expecting the Bucs defense to get home, create some pressure here. So I like the Bucs at +3 or +3.5.
I would also be interested in Aaron Jones props. I understand he did split touches 15-12 with Jamal Williams, but not only was he the more effective runner, but also the Bucs front seven has been kind of leaky of late. 100 yards allowed to Alvin Kamara and then 130 to Brian Hill in week 17. So I think Jones can at least be very efficient on that side of the ball. That, of course, is the NFC Championship preview. Good luck to everyone out there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.